Means once you will decide the standard data for particular jobs, and that data we can use for futures for reference purpose, and accordingly we will go for production planning and other activity related to the production. Then last thing is to improve the existing method. So whatever existing method is there, manufacturing methods, maybe machining or maybe forging, maybe casting, maybe rolling, maybe forming, or any other processes are there. We have to study about present methods and modify it, and after that implementation of the same, so that we will get the accurate production times and downtimes going to reduce. Then next thing is their use of work measurements, where we can use this work measurements we can use in all places, this industry as well as academy or any other place where the productions or the anything related to the work measurement is going on. So work measurements in that place we can use. Maybe in short, you can decide whenever batch production is there, mass production is there, or continuous production is there, we can use this work measurement. After that, we have gone through the techniques of work measurements. What are the techniques? First techniques, last times we have gone through the stopwatch time study. Means work. After that, work sampling is there. Then production study is there. Analytically and predetermined motion time system is there. PMTS. So with help of this, we can go for work measurements. So at least three things you have to remember as per our syllabus. Work measurements we can do by three way. First is stopwatch method, second is work sampling, and third is predetermined motion time system. So stopwatch study, two types of stopwatches are there, and by using this you can select the job, record things, break down the number of operations into the elements, examines the each element, measures by using stopwatch, and after that you can go for a rating. Okay, so rating you have to decide as per the standard performance of the operator. So operating rating divided by standard rating. So this is actually performance rating. So observed times into performed times, this will get the basic times or normal time. After that, we have gone to the different types of allowances. Which are the different types of allowances are there? So here's first is our rest or personal allowances there, process allowances there, contingency allowances there, special allowance or policy allowance. So out of this only you have to consider the personal allowance or rest allowance or relaxation allowance. After that, contingency allowance. Personal allowance to fulfill the personal leave. Contingency allowance means we cannot think in the future. Sometimes power will get off, machine will get breakdown. Under such situation, we will provide this contingency allowance, and if that is in percentage, normally 5% we can provide the contingency allowance, and the 4 to 5% personal allowance will be there. So various types of allowances are there. Once again, I will remember: rest and personal allowance, process allowance, contingency allowance, special allowance, and policy allowance. So here, policy allowance, special allowance, and process allowance, this will not be considered uh, while calculating the standard time. Only here you have to consider personal allowance and contingency allowance. After that, we can go for standard times calculation. Now see on the screen, the here some numerical problems will be there, and it is expected to be asked in our this gate exam also. So some calculation part is there regarding standard time. Standard time is the time allowed to operator to carry out specified tasks under specified conditions and at definite level of performance. The basic element of standard time is that five elements are there. So first element, that is observe time, means with help of stopwatch, with help of stopwatch we can get the observe time. After that, after that we'll go the performance rating due to variation in operator speed to calculate the normal time. These are this observed times into the performance you get basic times or your normal time, and in that you have to add a relaxation allowance, then contingency or interference allowance or policy allowance. But normally two types of allowance it has been added in your this basic time for normal time. Now the see the diagram. So at the bottom line there is a standard time. Above this is the basic time. So how to calculate basic time? Observed times into rating factor. So observed times into rating factor. So this will get your normal or basic time. So observed times plus rating factor. How to calculate rating factor? Comparisons with the standard rating. Standard rating means specified job, skill or experienced person and his highest level of doing the work. Suppose we have rated 100%, so we have to compare that person with other person, and that comparison is called rating. So observed times into rating factors, you will get basic time. In that, you have to add relaxation allowance, contingency allowance, or interference allowance. You get the standard time. So these are the basic. Only you have to remember this figures, then you will come to know that how to calculate standard time. Then here I have taken one example. Example is the workers in engineering company has expected to work for 420 minutes, a shift of 8 hours. Remaining time is allowed for rest and personal needs. So like this numerical problems will be there. It may be asked in your exams or gate exams, etc. So here is the one industry is there, and in that industry, it is expected to work for 420 minutes, a shift of 8 hours. Means within 8 hours, actually utilization timing is 420. Remaining timing, they have left for taking a rest or fulfill the personal needs. Then determine the standard time per piece of job whose normal time is 4 minutes. Determine the standard time per piece of job whose normal time is 4 minutes. So already we know that normal time plus allowance you will get the standard. So how to decide the standard time? So standard time, that is the basic time plus other allowance time. And second, calculate number of pieces to be produced per day. So utilization time is 420, 8 hours shift is there. Calculate number of pieces to be produced per day. Then third, if workman engaged on above job produced 100 pieces in shift, what is his efficiency? So these three questions, it has been asked in these problems, and I have taken these things from book, some numerical problems. This is the basic numerical problems asked in our industrial engineering. So here the solutions they have given: standard time per piece, normal time per piece is 4 minutes, allowance of 8 hour shift. What is the allowance for 8 hour shift? So here allowance for 8 hour shift. What is the timing for the 8 hours? So 8 into 60. 8 into 60 because in 1 hour, how many minutes are there? 60. So 8 into 60, 480. So what is actually uh, work utilized time for working? That is 420. So 480 minus 420 is equal to 16 minutes that worker has given for rest or to fulfill his personal needs. So this 16 minutes is allowed. Okay. So this should be actually in percentage of the hour, percentage of the hours utilization time. Is it correct? So here percentage allowance 60 divided by 420 into 100. So 14.20% of normal time. So normal times uh, here it is given in 4 minutes. Normal time per piece it is 4 minutes. Okay. So here while calculating the percentage allowance, so for what is that 60 hours for allowance for 8 hours is 60 minutes for 420 how much? Like this they have calculated 14.20% of normal time. Now see that. So here see that standard time it is equal to 4. 4 this is the normal time. So already here normal time for 4 and plus here the your percentage of this allowance. So 4 once again 4 into 14.28 divided by 100 because it is in percentage. So allowance always be in the percentage of the normal time. So normal time plus normal times into the percentage of allowance, you will get the standard time 4.27. So this is the standard time. So like this way, we can calculate the standard times required for given a job. Okay. Now next thing is that quantity to be produced per day. So total times available 8 hour shift is there. So total time is available 480. Okay. Standard time per pieces already we have calculated 4.57. Quantity to be produced. So 480, this is available time divided for one piece, how much standard time? 4.57. So 480 divided by 4.57, 105 pieces will be there. So this is the quantity to be produced. So first of all, you have to calculate the how much minutes actually utilized in the shift. Okay, within that also you can calculate this or total time which is available in the 8 hours. Okay, so 8 into 60 this much minutes. So divided by standard time for 4 piece. So here 480 divided by standard time 4 piece you will get the total quantity to be produced in the 8 hours. Then next thing is the operator efficiency. So here operator efficiency quantity actually produced 100. So in our problem it is given actually quantity produced 100. Then operator efficiency is 100 divided by actually as per standard time it is expected to produce 105 workpiece as per standard time, but actually quantity is 100. So 100 divided by 105 into 100 means the operator efficiency is not 100%. It is 95.23. So this is the numerical problem. 2 to 3 marks, maximum 4 marks question will be there. Very simple things are there. Observed times, if it is not given, then our normal time plus allowance. After that, how much quantity to produce available times divided by standard time, you will get the number of pieces. Now it is expected to produce number of pieces as per the standard time, that is 100, but actually produced is 100. So 100 divided by 105, this is actually efficiency of that operator. So this is the numerical problems related to standard time. So this see that once again I will repeat this. The worker in engineering company are expected to work for 420 minutes for 8 hour shift. Remaining time is allowed for rest and personal needs. Determine the standard time per piece of job since normal time is 4. Calculate number of pieces to be produced per day. If workman engaged on above job produced for 100 pieces in shift, what is the efficiency? So here, first of all, you have to calculate the allowances, available times is minus actual times, you will get the allowances, and it should be in the percentage. And after that, you can calculate standard times, normal times into normal times plus normal times in percentage of your allowance. So here you will get standard time 4.57. After that, quantity, total time available 8 hours 480, standard time 4 is 4.57, number of pieces to be produced 480 divided by 4.57 unit standard. Operator efficiency, quantity actually produced 100, it is expected to produce 105. So 100 divided by 105 is 100. You will get the operator efficiency. Now let us will go to the next problem. See that this is the next numerical problem. An operation consists of 6 elements. So you can see how many elements are there, 6, whose observed times are performance rating as given. So left side elements, after that observed times, after that performance rating in the percentage. Then a personal allowance at the bottom of this table, the personal allowance is 10%, contingency allowance is 5% of basic time, calculate the standard time. So here allowance is given always in the percentage of basic times or normal time. The both words meaning is the same, basic times or normal time. So don't get confused in these two words. Basic times or normal time both are same. Observed time is different. First is our observed time. After multiplication of performance rating, you will get basic times or normal time. And in that, if you add the allowance, you will get the standard time. So these are the different types of time. So here in this numerical problems, 6 elements are there. Observed times is noted by using our stopwatch method. Performance rating is there. Then personal allowance is given. Contingency allowance, personal allowance means to fulfill the personal needs. And next is your contingency allowance, means what will happen in the future, may get power off, maintenance, coolant problem, tool wear. This is our contingency things will be there. And allowance always we have to provide this to compensate our waste time. So this is our contingency time. Now here in the next table you have to see 6 elements, observed times into rating. So observed times into rating, observed times into rating divided by 100. So you will get the third column 1.6, means 2 into 80 divided by 100, you will get 1.6. Next 3.2 into 85 divided by 100, you will get 2.72. Third, 2.8 into 19 divided by 100, you will get 2.52. Fourth, 4 into 80 divided by 100, you will get 3.20. Fifth, 5.2 into 95 divided by 100, you will get 4.94. So like this way, you have to calculate the normal or basic times for each element. And after that, you have to go for addition of it. So total normal times or basic time is 22.45%. So this is for all six elements. Normal times or basic time, that is 22.84. Now see that 2 into 80 here. How we have calculated above value here. Example is given 2 into 80 divided by 1.6. Okay, like this way. Total normal or basic time for pieces is 22.45 as per above chart. Now personal allowance is 10%. So normal time into personal allowance. How much more personal allowance it is given? 10%. See in the numerical problem, personal allowance fee 10% and contingency allowance 5%. So here first we have to calculate personal allowance 22.45 into 10 divided by 100. So you will get personal allowance. Similarly, contingency allowance you have to calculate 22.45 divided by 100, you will get 1.122 million. So like this way, we have to calculate personal allowance and contingency allowance. Now this we have to add into the our basic. So from 1 to 3, with the standard time for this is 1. This is normal times. How we have calculate normal time? Observed times into the rating. So each element you can calculate the normal time. How? Observed times into the rating. Observed times into rating, normal time. First element. Observed times into rating, second. Like this, for six element, you have to calculate normal times or basic times. Addition of all these, this is the normal times for all six elements, that is 21. Now standard time for 4 piece, addition of 1, 2, 3. So you get standard time 25.817. This is the minute. So this is the calculation actually we required while calculating the standard time. Okay. So this is the second type of problem. Now we go for third type of problem. Here, third problem is there similar to this. So here, following are the element types of broaching operations, corresponding rating and relaxation allowance are there. Locate part of pilot end of broach. Now this is the one broaching operation. So where we can use the broaching when actually we require to make operation inside the component. For example, internal gear. Actually, internal gears at mass production level we can do by broaching. Now in our workshop, whatever blank is there, this blank after machining, it will go to the industry and their broaching will take place. And how that broaching operation is there, it is given in this 7 point. So there is a broaching machine in industry. Locate part on pilot end of broach. First of all, whatever point part is there, for example, gear blank in our workshop, first of all, we have to locate in that machine at the end of the broach, engage the broach into pulling end, and be ready that broach into the pulling. There are two types of broach, push and pull. So here the pulling operation is given. Start the machine. Once the locating is there, start the machine. Third, broaching operation will take place. Aside the part time trolley. After that, brush off, broach the clean. After broaching, we have to keep that part in the trolley. After that, you have to clean that broach. Return back the unit, means broach will come back to starting position. Disengage the broach from pulling end, and we can disengage the broach. So this is the one operation of broaching. You know the already that internal gear it is manufactured by broaching. So here while broaching one uh, piece, whatever the activities required, it is given in this table. There are 7 activities. So while putting a brooch into that job, that is called locating. So observe time is given. After that, start the machine, observe time is given. Broach the means operation, observe time is given. So like this totally for 7 activity, observe time is given. Rating allowance is there. Yeah. Means whenever the machining process is there, always you have to decide the rating 100%, keeping the part 110 and return back to this 100. So this already rating allowance it is decided by the ideal worker. So rating allowance it is decided by the ideal worker. Always you have to consider ideal worker having 100%. Correct. And below that, others ratings will be there. Or sometimes somebody will do more work than idols, then it will go above 100 also. So here, rating allowance is given, relaxation allowance is given here, contingency allowance is 3%. Okay. Now you have to calculate what they have given. Average time, normal time, time for job, relaxation and standard time. Okay. So first of all, you can calculate the average times required for this. Which observed times into the rating. You can calculate this. Normal times, first of all, you have to decide. So here, normal time of the job is totally 41.75. How to calculate normal time? Observed times into rating. Okay. So this will get normal time. And in percentage of normal time, you can calculate the relaxation hours 10 into the normal time and your contingency allowance is there, that is also you have to calculate, correct? So this is also percentage of 40.75, so this is 3%. So this standard times this is equal to normal times plus personal allowance plus your contingency allowance, and last answer is 45.925. Now, whatever numerical value it is given on this PPT, you can solve this thing in different way. Very simple thing is there. First of all, you have to calculate normal time for 7 element. Correct. How to calculate normal time? Observed time into rating divided by 100 because it is always in percentage. So you will get this, you will get your basic time for normal time. After that, you can give the personal time. It is in percentage of the normal time. Then contingency allowance, it is also in the percentage of the normal time. And you can add this, you will get the expected answer. So here it is there. So this is about the work measurements. Once again, I will go for in short revisions of this and then we'll go for work sampling. So first of all, we have gone through the work measurement. What is work measurement? Work measurements, that is actually calculations required to decide the standard time for given a job. Okay. At which level standard performance will be there, qualified worker will be there, and that is for specified job. Then objective to reduce the downtime for non-productive time, to calculate standard time, standard data which is required for features and improvement of present. Then after that, uses of work measurement, all where in the industry or non-industrial organizations where there is a rush, a lot of people are there and it's expected to decide the standard for your work. Then after that, we have gone to the techniques of work measurement, stopwatch method is there, work sampling is there, that your predetermined motion. system is there. So as per our syllabus is that stopwatch procedure is there. Select job, record, breakdowns, exams, measures, and calculate the basic times. After that, you can think over the different types of alarms required. So here is actually five types of alarms which are there. You can decide the standard time as per alarms, but while calculating the standard time, only two alarms you have to consider: personal allowance, relaxation allowance, or and contingency allowance. Other partial allowance, process allowance, the policy allowance, this need not to consider in your standard time. Sometimes great questions will be there. Out of five, which allowances has not be considered or which allowance will not be considered while calculating standard time? So special allowance, process allowance, or contingency allowance we will not calculate. We will not going to consider while calculating standard time. And after that, we'll have gone to the actual calculation of standard time, and we have taken these two, three numerical problems related to this. So, in short, standard time is equal to observed times into rating plus personal allowance plus contingency allowance over. In one sentence, standard times this is equal to observed times into rating plus personal allowance or contingency allowance. So personal allowance you have to calculate in percentage of normal time. Contingency also you have to calculate in percentage of basic or normal times, and you can add, you will get the standard time. So this is the idea related to calculation of the standard time. Now let us go through the work sampling. Now where we can use work sampling, what is that work sampling, and how this work sampling is useful for this. So basically work sampling was decided by who? This is the L.H. Tippett, the British textile mill, since it has been used in different industry under various names. So sometimes questions will be there. Work sampling, this technique invented by who? So this work sampling, this technique is invented by L.H. Tippett in British textile mill. After that, what is the definition of work sampling? Here, work sampling has been defined in British closely as a technique in which statistically competent number of instantaneous observations are taken. This, uh, this is the part of statistical technique, and any times you can take the observation over period of time of group of machines. Over period of means suppose you are taking certain sample at morning. After 2 3 hours, you can take next sample. After 2 3 hours, you can take the next sample like this way. Group of machines. Each observation records what is seen to be happens, and percentage of observation recorded for particular activity or delay in measurement of percentage of time observed by occurrence. Is here's what is the actual output and input and ideal time. Three words will be there: input, output, and ideal. So suppose any machine is working, how much ideal, how much in working condition. And the statistically you have to go for sampling over period of time. And from that, we have to decide the particular machine's idealness, that is in percentage. So here, as per definition, the concept is like this way. So here, work sampling is a sampling technique in which large number of observations are taken. Means large number of observations taken in which whether machine or man is working or non-working is studied. Observation non-working or further classified cause of delay are recorded in the data collected is useful in many applications. So here work sampling, this is a very simple technique and it is applied to shop floor and decide whether man is on working or non-working. Machine is working or non-working. So at last, after taking the frequently observation, after keeping certain gap between the observation, ultimately you have to decide that particular man how much time he remained ideal. For example, 8 hours shift is there. Within the 8 hours, how many minutes he remain ideal. Similarly, due to the tool wears, replacement of the jobs, coolant, machine problem, power problem, etc. So within the 8 hour shift, how much machine is remains idle and how much hours machine is remain working. So this data you have to collect and after that classified this data and find out what is the cause, what are the causes for delay. 2 hours delay in machine, what is the maintenance problem, coolant problems, tool wear problems, power problems, what that causes will be there, delay. Suppose one man is remain idle. So what is problems that man is remain idle? Maybe his personal allowance, he has given more time for personal allowance. Correct. Sometimes he is stopping that machine and doing his abnormal activity, discussions with other worker, unnecessary wasting time. Is it correct? So like this thing will be there. So work sampling, it is nothing but the observation you have to take randomly in between a time, 8 hour shift or three shifts may be there, and in that how much time that machine is remain idle in percentage, how much then man will remain idle in percentage. This actually need to decide by work sampling and after that by using the different causes for delay we have to analyze and try to avoid this problem in the future. This study is it is actually being under the work sampling. Correct. So here the definition or concept it is given. For example, in our workshop machine, two, three machines are there. So within the 8 hours, how many times that machine is remain idle? How much hours it is in working? Particular person, how much work is doing on the machine? How much time is remain idle? So this thing we will calculate by using the work sampling. Now, what is actually need for work sampling? Here it is given. Need for work sampling. So here we'll cover this part of need of work sampling, and after that we'll go for next. That is what are the advantages of the work sampling, and then we're going to stop here. Okay. So need for work sampling to get accurate and clear picture of productive and idle time of machine in specific area. To get accurate and clear picture of productive time and idle time. Means idle time machine is not working. 8 hours, 6 hour working, 2 hours idle. Okay. For 8 hours, 2 hours idle. For 100 hour shift is there, how much? So this is the percentage you have to calculate whether machine is working or not. If it is working, how much hour it has been working. If it is idle, how much hours which we have to calculate in percent. It is necessary to observe all machines continuously in that area and to record when and why any of the machines were stopped. What are the causes for stopping that machine? But it is impossible to observe every machine continuously because it needs a large number of observations. Now, it is not possible to concentrate on one or two machines. because the large number of machines are there. So here you have to take the observations frequently in between 2, 3, 4 hours gap. Okay, morning you have to take, after that lunch, after that evening times, like this. And from that you have to decide percentage of idleness machine or percentage of working of that machine. Next is suppose that in one visit it was found that 85% machines were working and 50% were idle. If this is repeated more than 20 times at a different times of day, and if this proportion of working and non-working of machine is the same, then we can conclude that any one time 80% machine are working and 15% are idle. So here example it is given 80% or 90%, 15%. If this repeated more than 20 times at different types of times of day, means morning you have to take reading. In this reading, if you observe that 80% working, 50% idle. Noon, you have to take reading. In that, if you observe same thing, 85 and 50%, then you can go for evening, 85 and 50%, like this. And then we come to conclusion that in whole shift there is 80%, 85% working time for a particular machine, 15% idle. If there is a fluctuation, maybe 80, 85, 75, then you can take the average. And at least you have to decide how much the working time and how much the idle time. This is the main purpose of the work sampling. Okay. What is the main purpose of work sampling? To decide the productive and non-productive times in terms of percentage. This is the work sampling. Next. But generally above things does not happen. So next method is to make the observation of machine at random intervals and noting whether machine is working or not. This is the base of the workplace. Some statistical technique. If this is not possible, make use of some statistical technique. It is given in this figure. Okay. So we're going to solve some numerical problems for this need for work sampling. Make use of statistical techniques, and with that we can decide what is the actual idle times and what is the actual working time. Okay. Then next thing is that is the advantages of the work sampling. So here some advantages and some disadvantages are there, and after this we're going to talk about list. Advantages of the work sampling for time study. Time study is there for this. What is the work sampling? First advantage is many activities which are impractical or costly to measure the time study can be measured by work sampling. Now, we require time study, the stopwatch paper, recording charts, camera, digital instruments, and that is very costly. And if you avoid these things, you can go for work sampling. So this is one. Second, simultaneously work sampling of several operator or machines may be measured single of them. However, the continuous times and analysis each operator's automation. So simultaneously you can make the observations for machines and the man for this. It requires fewer man hours and it costs is 5 to 50% cost of continuous time. So very less hour is required and cost is also very less for related to this. Now third, observation may be taken over period of days or weeks and this minimize the effect result day to day. So anytime you can take the observation morning, evening or day after tomorrow like this. Work sampling studies can be interrupted at any time without affecting the result. So you can take the any time the work sampling. Results are more accurate. Work sampling study are less fatigue and less tedious process. It is very simple process. This work sampling is a very easy process and less costly. Any times we can use. Then many times people do not like to observe continuous for long period of time. No, work this stopwatch method, it will become certain tedious, or many times we require more time to go for observation, and it will become bored. So instead of this, if you use this work sampling, then it is very nice process for taking the time to plan for job. And last one, stopwatch is not needed for work sampling. Here we don't require any stopwatch, only we require sampling this. Now, last thing is there disadvantages of the work sampling. What are the disadvantages? Work sampling is not economical for studying single operator machines. So here's the we cannot use this work sampling for single operator or machine, and it is also not useful for study machines to operate spread over the wide area because spend too much time for walking to and for the workplace. So this is the first disadvantages. Work sampling, it is not economical for single operator or machine, and it is also not useful for machine those are spread wide area because walking time is too much. So this is the first disadvantages of working. So here we have to remember only this work sampling, it is useful for large number of operations, not one or two operations. And if the machine spread on the workshop in very wide area, we cannot use this. Second, time study permits a finer, fine breakdowns of activity delay than work sampling. Time study permits fine breakdowns activity delay than work sampling. Sometimes in time study required to break down the activity, delay, and then we can go for addition, subtraction, and then. But here work sampling we cannot go like this. Operator may change his work patterns upon sight of the observer. If this occurs, then result of the observation are no use. Operator may change his work pattern upon sight of observation. So if the operator will change uh, his work pattern upon sight of observation, it depend upon his sight, he change that observation, then it is difficult to make use of work sampling. Managements and workers may not understand statistical work sampling at exactly. They do only time. Sometimes management and workers, these are not understand the statistical technique which is used in shop floor. But time watch studies, their workers will come to know that something is going on, and they will get afraid of this thing. Correct. So unnecessary psychological effect on the worker. But if you use work sampling, the workers or management may not able to understand what is actually going on. And last thing, in certain kinds of work sampling, no record of method is used by the operator. But when new method is applied, it is necessary to take new study. In certain kind of work sampling, no record methods is used by operator. With recording technique, we cannot use here. Just we have to sample this. Uh, and this new method, whenever new method is there, actually there is need to go for the actually time study. New method is there. So whenever new method is there, we cannot go for work sampling. We have to use the this time study process. But once it will become more old and number of machines are there, and under that condition, we think we take the observation and decide as per the work sampling. So this is about the work sampling. So today we have seen about the work sampling. What is the work sampling? We can take the observation about the non-productive and productive in percentage, and we have to decide the actual causes for delay in that. Need for work sampling, unproductive time, the unnecessary activities we have to do. And after that, what are the advantages of work sampling and what is actually disadvantages. So this is about the our work measurement. So next time we're going to see about now we're going to see about the numerical problem which is expected to be asked on the workshop. So this work measurement, two types of numerical problems will be there. One for standard times calculation and second is problem based upon work sampling. Okay, so here in short, you have to remember work sampling. It is nothing but number of observations to be taken. From that observation, we have to decide how much percentage of man or machine remain idle or how much percent of man or machines remain in working condition. Only this thing you will get through the work sampling. And always it has been used for old methods, not for new methods. New methods we can use as time study. Okay, and there is no psychological effect on the workers, and nobody can understand the our technique because it is statistical technique. Okay, we are doing something, but here as compared to the time study, the accurate result you will get and causes of the delay that we will going to decide by using the workshop. So this is about the today's lectures. Tomorrow we're going to uh, go through the numerical problems, which is asked in your uh, question papers. Correct. So here we're going to stop. So thank you once again to all of you. So we're going to stop here.